Aquarius, hi. Welcome to your August 2021 tarot reading. I'm Tina, your host, and we'll be doing your reading here today. Now, these are general readings, so I do like to remind everybody that they may not resonate with you. They're also intuitive messages, so I'm going to shuffle a little bit here with you. Helps me tune into your energy. And then we're going to pull out a layer of cards, get an idea of the general energies that are happening for you this month. And then we will go in and clarify those energies. All right, Aquarius, we're going to stop it here for you. Okay, hello, the world is at the bottom. All right, what's the situation for you this month? The Chariot, boom. What might be a challenge for you? Where's your mind at? What are you focused on? Your approach when it comes to this? Wow, any external forces or people that might be affecting this? And then the near future, what is coming towards you? Okay, wow. At the bottom, you have the world. So it can feel like a chapter here is no doubt closing, but tough lessons, right? That's the world, ruled by Saturn, your card. One of the planets you rule, right? It can teach us like limits, and it could be so frustrating. But when we do learn the lessons, the rewards do come. The Chariot is here. This is you this month. Really, I think, wanting to overcome something. This is you kind of feeling unstoppable. If you've got a target in mind, just nothing's going to stand in your way. I do feel like you want to move away from one situation into another. It really does feel that way. The cards are a little confusing. We have the King of Pentacles in the challenge position. You might have a little trouble grounding yourself, feeling a little bit more stable. The Chariot, the Chariot has a black and white Sphinx. And it represents like our animal nature and our higher self. And when we don't get them in balance, we are pulled in different directions. So I feel like this month you're balancing that out. And then that's what's going to stabilize you here. That's what's going to really ground you, help you get a grip on things, right? Because where your mind is at and what you're focused on, you have the Ten of Swords. There's an ending here. Especially with the world being at the bottom. But it hurts, right? And it's an ending. We'll see. Your approach is the Ace of Cups. Beautiful energy here. This is a card about letting your emotions flow, opening your heart, showing up to relationships, even with yourself, in a new way. It is a card of deep self-love. You know, the Two of Cups is you connecting with another. This is you connecting with yourself, connecting with Source. A lot of love here. The Ace of Cups, I love that card. Even the imagery, it's so beautiful. You got the white dove, the water is flowing, the gift from the heavens, right? It's amazing. It's letting the emotions flow, right? You're not feeling stagnant. Everything is flowing and it's fluid and it feels really nice. However, in your environment, you get the Nine of Swords. Something's causing you stress or anxiety here. I don't know. The Nine of Swords is my call to do something therapeutic, right? Like take a break from your thoughts because they're not serving you. If you can have a conversation with somebody who tends to be very soothing, who every time you talk to them, you leave it feeling lighter, right? That's the person to talk to. Or like do meditation or spend time in nature. But just those thoughts, right? Like this is when you're reaching a point where like your ego is not your amigo. It's the thoughts. The more you think it and the more you play it, or the more whatever is circling around in your mind, it could be getting bigger the more you think about it, right? That's what the Nine of Swords can represent. Like sometimes the more we think about it, we can make it a little bit bigger in our heads. Coming towards you, you get the Hierophant. Okay. The Hierophant can be a Taurus coming towards you, but this is a deep sense of loyalty and devotion. So there's something that just feels like you belong. That's the Hierophant, right? And then that's when you're like, okay, I really like the way this feels. It feels like it resonates with me. I'm going to commit to this. I'm going to up-level this, right? But it's also a very spiritual energy. So let's go in and Ace of Swords is here. Clarity will come to you. These swords will pass. Let's clarify. Oh, calm down, calm down. For Aquarius. Please clarify for Aquarius, August 2021. Clarify these energies for Aquarius. All right, let us stop it here for you. Yeah, Eight of Cups is at the bottom. having to go to where your alignment is, where your happiness is. And I think part of that is going independent, leaving something behind. That's definitely, even like I said with the Chariot, it's about leaving something behind and going towards something new. But it hurts. It's not easy. It's not easy. You know what I say? What people don't realize, it's not just like out with the old and in with the new. Because even when you let go of things that are good for you, there's grief. You have to grieve it. You're saying goodbye to something. Saying goodbye. You know what? Aquarius, I'm going to write that down just in case. Because sometimes I forget these simple titles and they do a good job at like capturing it. Though I know people like to like click on like really seductive titles. Like I'll see some titles and it'll be like, wow, Aquarius, what crazy reading. I'm like, just calm down. I'm like, just sorry. I was like, okay, relax. Okay. For the situation this month, clarifying the Chariot, you get the Ace of Pentacles. Yeah. You got the Ace of Cups, you got the Ace of Pentacles. Death is here too. Definitely leaving something behind. You could have had an opportunity here, no doubt about it, especially with two aces. This could be a job opportunity. But there's something in your reality that you're looking for something brand new. You want to materialize. You want to look around and physically see new things, right? So it's about leaving something behind in search of something else. It's a new beginning. Something that holds promise. Enough that it lures you in and it's attracting you, right? And it even gets you back into that vehicle of life. On a mission. On a mission. That feels like it's part of that too. But anyway, there's grief. You're still, you know, I know this feeling. I'm speaking from experience. I had to it took me a moment to realize, I was like, oh my God, I'm grieving. That's what this anxiety is. It's just the sadness of letting that go. And it can be difficult even when it's good for you. In the challenge position, you get death, clarifying the King of Pentacles. You know, death is about letting it go. Letting it go. It's no longer in alignment with you. It's no longer who you are. It doesn't resonate anymore. Right? You know, like I said with the world, come a long way. It's been a lot of lessons. A lot of lessons. But you change, right? These are spiritual journeys we go on, and we change with them. What do they say? What's that quote? Like, you don't come out of the storm the same way you went in. That's not the point of the storm, right? You always come out a little different. The core of who you are will always be intact. But the ego stuff, that stuff will fade off. All right, where your mind is at and what you're focused on. Clarifying the Ten of Swords is the Seven of Wands. Standing up for yourself, asserting yourself. If you felt like you were down, if you were vulnerable, or if you were taken advantage of, the Seven of Wands is you standing back up. You saying, hey, don't cross this line. This is where I'm at. This is where I stand. This is what I believe. This is who I am. Don't even come try me. Seven of Wands, sticking that chest out. Ready to fight, right? But it's also feeling like you're not on the same team. You know, Seven of Wands can be like naysayers, haters, right? Just people who give opinions where they have no right to give opinions. And then, you know, it makes you feel unsupported. Like you got to take a stand. You need to defend yourself because it is almost like an attack. It's an energy attack, right? I'm not saying that people are malicious or consciously doing this, but that is what it is, essentially. But nope, you're asserting yourself. You're in the Chariot. That's outer strength. That's outer power. Like when the Chariot sets its mind to something and you get in that energy, there's nothing that's going to stop you. All right. In your approach, clarifying the Ace of Cups. What I say, it's a card of deep self-love. You get the Nine of Pentacles. You're leaving something behind. You're going after what makes you feel you, what makes you feel good in your skin, what feels right. This is independence. This is loving yourself and being totally okay with choosing that. That's for damn sure. Loving yourself, opening yourself, choosing to be single, most likely. Definitely independent at the very least. So even if it's a relationship, you're like, hey, this is you, this is me. There are parts that we overlap, but there are parts that are just mine. There are parts that are just yours. It is important to keep individuality, I think, in partnerships. It's got to be like those two circles. You know how like the middle part overlaps? But then there's one part that's just that circle, and then there's one part that's the other circle. That's what I think is more healthy in relationships. Any relationship. Whether it's a relationship with your mother. It doesn't have to be like romantic. All right. In your environment, clarifying that Nine of Swords is the Six of Cups. We're letting something go. Something from the past here. It's causing stress. It's causing anxiety. It could be a person. It can be a situation here. You go back. You really do. But at this point, it's a source of stress. And I think you are feeling that, and I think you're kind of done with that. That being said, you know, coming towards you, you get the Hierophant, clarifying that as justice. Two major arcana. Who do you have here? You have Death, Scorpio. You got the Chariot, Cancer. You got the Hierophant, Taurus. You got Justice, Libra. Maybe this is you. No. There's karma coming to something or somewhere that you belonged, right? There is adjustment happening here. Yeah, some people are like, oh, it's the card of marriage. That's a card of belonging. Marriage is a big part of belonging, right? It's the probably most important relationship if you're married than any other one. But you could belong to community. You can belong to a culture. You can belong to a religious group. You can belong to, what's the word? I want to say company, corporation. But things changed. Justice is here. There is an adjustment happening here. Especially with you taking the approach of Nine of Pentacles. I don't think you're belonging there anymore. I don't think you feel like you belong there anymore, right? Where was that card? Was it the Eight of Cups? Yeah. You used to, with the Eight of Cups. It used to be very fulfilling, even rewarding. And you poured so much energy into it, and you did not want to walk away. I think you fought it for some time here. But it's just, it doesn't resonate with you now. You don't belong there now, right? You know, the Hierophant is a very spiritual energy. And he teaches us how to use our intuition, right? And what's so funny about the card is it's a card about relationships and where you belong. But what the Hierophant teaches us is how to find our own inner voice, amongst others. How to listen to your intuition, right? But justice is here. There's karma attached to it. There's karma attached to some past choices here. Past actions. And with karma and justice, let me tell you, I always say karma's always taking notes. Doesn't skip a beat. And whatever it deals, it's fair. Whatever the outcome. No matter how much stress is attached to it. No matter how many tears come. Justice says it's fair. It weighed everything. Because it doesn't only hold up a sword when you look at justice. It's not only ready to cut things out or to wield it. Look at the other side. It's holding scales. There is a balancing energy here. Like justice, like it's good, it's important to temper justice with mercy. And justice does do that. That's why the scales are there. It represents a sense of mercy too. Like the universe takes into consideration, also, you know, we're just a little human. But it's fair. So whatever happened here, this is based on previous choices, and now they've vibrated to these current energies, right? Now we're here. Like I say with justice and life, for me, the bill is always due. The bill always comes due. And that's justice. The bill is here. We got to pay it. We got to pay the price now. And I think somebody else is paying it. I think you're paying it. Everybody pays it. But it looks like you're taking the choice to move away. And that's just the price now. That's what it costs. And that's why it's not easy. The Hierophant is here. The Six of Cups is here. I mean, I feel you. I myself am going through similar things, even when I do these readings, right? Because sometimes I'll be lighthearted and I'm joking. And believe me, what's the point of being so heavy all the time? We do it enough to ourselves. All right, I gonna leave it there for you. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think. Also, I want to say I'm going to be doing mid-month readings as well, so to check in on all these energies. So if you do subscribe, make sure to hit notify so that you don't miss out on that. But all right, thank you as always, and I'll see you all very soon.